Howdy, friends. Steve DePoe here from the Rose Realty team with this week's real estate vlog. Today, we're going to talk about creating functional spaces in your home, basically mixed-use space, considering what's happened over the last couple months with the shelter in place and due to the COVID-19 and the pandemic. So the first step is to create what we say, begin with the basics, right? So create a home emergency kit, number one, in case this ever happens again. I mean, let's be prepared this time, right? Water, non-perishable food, flashlight, first aid kit. I'd actually stick some toilet paper in there too. Okay, if you're interested, at the bottom of the bottom below this video and the email, there's a link that can take you to a page where you can sign up, and we'll send you a copy of our emergency home emergency preparedness kit that you can have for your own, no obligation, no cost. Okay, so now you're working from home. Okay, so now you're being forced to work from home, or you work for an employer that says, hey, you know what? We found out during this pandemic that we get good productivity out of our people. So let's work from home. Let's work from home 2-3 times a week, whatever. So what do you have to do? Well, basically you're being asked to work from home. So you have to designate a workspace, designate a spot that's just for work. That way you can kind of close the door, shut yourself off. You won't have the rest of the family, maybe the kids bothering you. You'll be just sitting down and doing work. This could be a spare room. It could be a room in the house, like the dining room. Maybe you don't use that often, but this is designated your workspace. Quiet corner would be good with a comfortable chair, so you can read, do some work, laptop on your lap, working like that. So designate a spot in your house where you'll be just doing. This is like your spot, and people know the family knows when you're in that spot. You're working, right? That's good. So number two is mixed use space. Now, what could happen, right? Again, if this happens again, the kids could be home and be homeschooling. Now, hopefully, there's two of you at home. One could do the schooling. One can do work-related activities, and maybe you switch off later in the day. But if children are at home doing homeschooling, they need their separate work space from yours, right? This can be difficult because you have to watch them, right? Number one. Number two, they're doing their own thing. They're doing their homework, whatever, asking you 40 bazillion questions. So it could get kind of dicey and kind of difficult. But what you have to do is kind of manage taking care of the kids and making sure they're doing their schooling, whatnot, between your meetings, right? So it's going to be a juggling act. Homeschool. Let's kind of get down to homeschooling. It's a new challenge, right? None of us have had to do it before. Homeschooling. Remember, like Tim Tebow, right? He was a homeschooler. It was like he was out there. He was different. But obviously, Tim and others have succeeded very well, and it's something that's potentially on the horizon. Homeschool is similar to a home office, except it's going to get designated spot for the kids, right, to do their homework, to do their schoolwork, etc. They have to have a space and a room to transition between play and school, because remember, school for kids isn't 110% down in the books reading, history and whatnot, or English. There's this kind of like balance between studying, school, and playing. So there should be buy a place where they can play, and maybe easy access to the outdoors. They need their dedicated area where they can spread out, do their work. If you have 2 or 3 kids, multiple kids, they need exponentially more space. Have supplies by them, so they're not running around looking for supplies or coming into your office, looking for paper and crayons and that kind of stuff. And try getting them outside to study. I mean, that could be great for both of you. They get fresh air, and maybe you get a little bit more peace and quiet during the day inside. Of course, don't send them outside when it's raining. That's only cruel. Okay. Staying fit. Everybody has to stay fit. Not only us adults, but also the kids, right? So if your gym is closed like they were the last couple of months. They're starting to open up now. But if your gym is closed like they were the last couple of months, there's a lot of things you can do. You can implement some kind of regular exercise program at home. There's all kinds of tapes nowadays. Tapes. I'm dating myself. DVDs and stuff on television where you can do exercise programs during the course of the day. Is there an exercise trail by you? Bike rides, even with the family. Jogging. Do people still jog? I'm not sure. Maybe you can do family workouts or family walks or family bike rides, to kind of, even though, it's tense during the day, like maybe yelling at the kids and back and forth and all of that. There's a time maybe just before or just after dinner where you can do a family walk, a family bike ride, go out to the walking trail, that kind of stuff. It could be fun and bring the family close together. Socialize at a distance. Look, we all need to stay connected and we all need to socialize. Otherwise, we'd all be hermits, right? So pick up the phone and call somebody. Call a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Call a next door neighbor. Call family members. Okay. Call people from work. Hey, we've been sending emails, back and forth. Just wanted to call and say hi. What's going on? Reach out to your neighbors. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a while. They're kind of secluded in their little corner away from you. You're away from them. Call the neighbors. Maybe you hung out with them a lot before all this happened. So you want to maintain that connection. So reach out to them and say hi. Don't give into isolation. Isolation can be tough. Leads to all kinds of bad stuff like overeating, over drinking, smoking, fights between kids and parents between themselves. Don't give into the isolation. I mean, there's people that you can reach out to, or you need to talk to somebody. Call somebody from the Rose Realty team. Call a neighbor, call a friend, call a relative. Call your helpline. But reach out. Don't give into the isolation and the kind of boredom. Video watch parties have become very popular, right? So where you can get the group of people together with Facebook and Google Hangouts, and you can watch something. So you can watch like Netflix, or you can play cards. You can do a Zoom meeting. You can actually have wine tasting. We've hosted 2 wine tastings in the last couple of months. They're actually kind of a lot of fun. Not so much wine tasting, but also cocktail hours. Some people sitting around, just kind of chewing the fat, BSing a little bit. That can be a lot of fun. Bring people closer together. During this period of kind of lockdown and isolation, but also maintain those connections that we have with people. And remember something very, very important: you are not alone. Okay, a lot of other people out there on your block, in your city, in your town, in the metroplex, who are going through the same kind of stuff that you're going. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're the only one type of thing. A lot of people going through this. If you got any questions, if you got any problems, you just want to chew the fat, call me, and my number's at the end of this, and we'll talk. I mean, just don't worry about it. You are not alone, and there's all kinds of places and people you can reach out to. This is Steve DePoe for the Rose Realty team. Next week, we're going to talk about where first-time homebuyers can get financial assistance, especially for down payments. Don't miss my Wednesday vlog about market updates. This is Steve DePoe for the Rose Realty team. I'm going to bounce.